Hey guys, it's Paul here from Military History Gear Review, and well, we are still technically under social distancing, not allowed to camp. The state parks are now open, so as you can see, we have finally been able to get out. And today, we are going to be checking out a cool piece of history, this Soviet Airborne Troopers mess kit. Now, as you can see, this thing is entirely made of aluminum. Traditional Soviet infantryman mess kits were usually a ceramic over steel, but because weight is such a priority for airborne troops, they did this entirely out of aluminum. Now, it's made of 3 parts. The first is, of course, a canteen, right? Pretty standard, all aluminum. Top is chained on. It's probably, I would say, 3/4 of a liter. Then you have a large pot component, and this especially is almost unchanged since the Second World War. It's got its handle. And of course, the last, and I think most interesting part, is this griddle top. And as you can see, it's got a little handle, and it fits snugly over top this pot. So it actually is almost unchanged since World War II. And one of the reasons is, one, the Soviets didn't want to mess with something they felt was already working, but two, because this is actually a really, really utilitarian design. You can cook and prepare a lot of foods with this. So what we're going to be doing today is cooking as though, as a Soviet conscript might have cooked in the Second World War. Now, generally, Soviet conscripts would have gotten their food from a unit mess hall, but it would not have been uncommon for them to be cooking and preparing their meals out of this mess kit. All right, so let's get cooking. All right, so what is the plan for using this mess kit? Well, as you can see, we've got some water heating up over a fire back there. We're going to also be using the griddle. So, what did we pick? Well, first off, every Soviet World War II soldier, their rations were based on grains or cereals. Most common was millet, but of course they would also sometimes use barley or even rice. Now, like the Soviets, we too are in a period of shortage, and a lot of grains aren't available in stores. However, there's tons of barley available. So that's what we use. We're going to be doing some pearled barley, right? The other 2 staples of the Soviet ration in World War II were, of course, potatoes. As you can see, this is a red potato, but I think the Soviet soldiers would have preferred their potatoes in vodka form, and onions. You notice that both potatoes and onions are foods that store very well for a long time without refrigeration. And of course, the last element is going to be canned meat. In this case, we're doing canned sausage. So the plan is to use the griddle to cook the sausage and onion, and then the potato and barley will be boiled in the pot. That's canned meat at its finest.
That was not what I was expecting. I was expecting what the picture showed.
Yeah, sausage. Okay, so I gotta say I was really impressed with how this mess kit cooked. just having this suspended over the fire on a stick really let us able to use a pretty small fire and still get the barley boiling, as hot as our stove at home, really. The griddle, we were able to stick that right up against the fire, and it seemed to really get hot. But like with a lot of cooking on a fire, especially if you don't have a grating, you really had to stir it quite a bit because only one side was facing the fire and getting that direct heat. But that said, everything seems to have cooked. The barley cooked really well, and now I have this little tray thing that I can eat it out of. So it looks not appealing in the least, but it's definitely cooked all the way. So it should be safe to eat. The question is it good? You know, it's actually not bad. It's pretty good. It's pretty salty. I mean, the sausage is definitely one of the most prominent flavors. But, you know, the fact that the sausage has so much salt in it really helps give the relatively bland barley a good flavor. And the difference in textures from the onion and the potato, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I would actually, I don't know if I'd recommend it because barley takes so long to cook, but if I was a Soviet soldier in World War II and I was served this meal, I'd be pretty happy. This is also pretty calorie dense, which is obviously incredibly important when you're doing combat operations. So, yeah, all in all, if you're an outdoorsman and you're looking for an easy mess kit with like a cool little bit of history, man, this is a great purchase. It's lightweight, it's high quality, and you can do some really cool stuff with it. So, well, guys, I hope you learned something today. I certainly did. And please remember to like this video. And if you enjoy my content, subscribe to the channel. And of course, if there's anything else you think I should check out, please let me know down in the comments below. And until next time, I'll see you guys on the trail.